And welcome back to another episode of our podcast series. We are here with Yusuf Saleem, and as always, we're going to talk about all things entrepreneurial innovation in the space of apparel and textile. Now, Yusuf has been with us for over 25 years, 24 years with MAS, and he is presently the CEO of Process Excellence. So we're going to take a deeper dive into the role of what Process Excellence is, how Yusuf is transforming MAS from the inside out, one transformation at a time, really pushing it, really making us a leaner version of ourselves. So Yusuf, explain to everyone what does it mean to be the CEO of Process and Excellence?
So process excellence is essentially all the things that we do to create value for our customer, right? So we have a value stream where you have a customer having a need, and then we try to fulfill that need right through the process. So we may, design samples, we may develop samples, we will procure innovative materials, we'll work with suppliers to develop innovative materials. We will then work with customers on, lead times, on pricing, and then we would get an order and we would need to execute that order. So everything that we do is part of a process, and that process sits in an end-to-end value stream. So process excellence is all about how do we make that process better, right? In terms of lead time, in terms of quality, and in terms of cost.
Let's start with information, right? How are you improving its dissemination and getting it to the right people so we can make more informed decisions?
So you must have heard about this different, the concept of Industry 4.0 and how it's evolved, right? Industry 1 is primarily referring to when mechanization came in, how it helped industries to improve productivity, because now they could use a machine instead of a human or an animal. Then electrification came in, right? And there you could then, the advent of motors and everything that you could do to increase productivity. Then computers came in and started to help us to capture information, process information better. And now we're in the fourth stage of this industrial revolution, which is all about a connected value stream. So there, the objective is that you should be able to respond at the rate of change that's happening in the market, right? And information traditionally flowed from one activity to the next activity, and then that'll pass it on to the next activity, and that'll pass it on to the next. But your rate of change is limited by how fast each of those activities can pass that information to and fro. So with what we are looking at now is how do we broadcast information at one go to all stakeholders. So for example, if you look at our pre-manufacturing process, you'd have raw materials coming into your stores. That needs to get checked for quality, that needs to get checked for color. Then it'll go into, say, cutting. The material gets cut, and some of those cut pieces go for molding, some of those cut pieces go for printing or embellishments, and then they will all meet up again, for sewing. Now, say, for example, if there is a change in the plan in one of those functions, it impacts all of the others. And so we need to set up a system that connects all of these activities so information can be broadcast instantly. And essentially what we refer to that as digitizing workflow. So when you digitize workflow end to end, you then have a system that can respond instantly to customer demand.